Windmill Point. We're entering a new lake. Welcome to Lake St Clair. Well, got ourselves on the other side of northern side of Lake St Clair. In the very far distance is Detroit. We're heading northbound on our way to Algonac today. And I can't remember the island name, but Harson's Island is a little bit north of this one. We'll be staying across the way from Harson's Island. But there's our crossing of Lake St Clair. Harson's Island, that's the United States. Across the St Clair River, that's Canada. So here's the good thing with AIS, you get to see around the corners where things are and how far away they are, how fast they're moving. You get to get a little target, and it tells you, hey, he's doing 12 miles an hour. And how fast they're coming, what kind of boat it is, things of that nature. And in this case, what we can do is get out of the way of this guy for him. We're going both around that bend at the same time, so it allows us to make space and stay off to the side, makes his navigation a little simpler. So that's the tanker that was on the AIS, and here he comes in the river at us down the St Clair River. You're right next to Harson's Island still. United States and desolate Canada.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he's riding high, isn't he? Ferry taking you across from Harson's Island over to Canada. Harson's Island, we're heading to Canada. Right across the St Clair River, short ferry ride. Customs and everything. Port Huron Yacht Club. Paul R. Tregurtha. I guess it's one of the biggest ships on the lakes. So we're leaving Algonac today on our way to Port Huron. Figure we let Paul go by since he's doing 10 and we're going to be doing closer to 8, 9. We'll give him the space. So heading up north, got a little bit of weather, might get some rain. Boat could use a wash, right? All right. Still on hiatus buddy boats. Going up the St Clair River. Yeah, we docked with them. They wrapped off of us. On our way to St Clair. No. On our way to Port Huron, Michigan. I'll get it right. Marine City, Michigan. St Clair, Michigan. Gotta go open the bridge if you want to do some portage there. Dockage.
St Clair Bridge Tender, St Clair Bridge Tender, outbound, stand by for a moment, over.
Captain, this is St Clair Bridge. Copy that. Next opening's at 2:30. Over.
Sounds like the openings and the closings are on the half hour.
Stand by, thank you.
Yeah, a little ominous weather. Another day on the loop. Batten down the hatches. So welcome Port Huron. Definite nice place to stop if it's on your journey doing the loop. It's a neat little town. Lots of things here, including a bike shop that I just forgot to take the picture of that repaired my bike. Real good guys. Just down the street from Port Huron Yacht Club. Real nice place. You could spend easily a couple of days here. Like I said, lots of things to do, places to visit. Oh, good day. We're underway today onto our next travel destination, but I got some video cleanup to do for the last couple of weeks, starting with when we, before we even left our Toledo Yacht Club, Bayview Yacht Club in Toledo. I want to thank Austin, my son, and John, my son, for helping me get the boat loaded up, getting the radar tower put back on, and some of the other things that we had to do to get this thing ready to even leave on this trip. Doug and Carl at Bayview Yacht Club helped me out a bunch as well in getting the boat done and ready. We had a cutlass bearing that was being replaced, and I took the props in to get those recupped with a little bit more cupping in hopes of getting more speed out of my foreblade, and it did quite the opposite. So that comes into the next group that I need to thank, and that's my friends at Ford Yacht Club. Ford Yacht Club, Brian and Finn. We got the boat pole, we got the props off. My friend Kevin from Grosse Seal Yacht Club came over. He ran me over to Johnny's Prop. Johnny's Prop, who put the cupping in that I requested, took the cupping back out, and we were able to throw the 3-blade spares that I had on at Ford and get the boat back in the water and splashed, and left a few days after that to start the journey north, which you see in the first episode of our journey. Along that episode, I needed to give some thanks out for Johnny Prop to even get these props in and get them recupped back to the way they were originally. They did that within a week. Thank you, Johnny's Props. That was outstanding. I had some harbor hosts, Brad and Bonnie. Bradley and Bonnie helped me get back from Algonac to pick those props up within a week. So if for those doing the loop, check out your arbor hose, find out who they are. We've used them a couple times now. They are a great asset for doing these loop trips. So make certain you have that in your back pocket. We used lumberjack hardware in Algonac. I picked up quite a few things. One of the problems I had was my fill hose, or my regular water hose, when it's not connected, when I turn my water pump on the boat, it pumps back out the hose. So Algonac hardware had a little device I was able to plug the hose up with, and now I also can air pressure all the water out when it comes time for winterization and other things with the water lines. Raymond Hardware in Port Huron also had some very special fuses. I couldn't get my radar to work once I got the radar all put back up, and I couldn't figure out why. Dug into it when we were at Port Huron and found out I had a fuse that was bad. So got the new fuse, put it in, and voila, I have radar. So before we got to Port Huron, we were at Port Huron, and I had a flat tire for the second time, once on Gros Seal and then once again in Port Huron, and not Port Huron, but Algonac. And so the guys at Alpine Cycle in Port Huron got a tire and an inner tube put on within a 24-hour period for me. Again, not normal turnaround. They went out of their way and helped us out. So again, a thank you for the Alpine Cycle guys to be able to get that turned around. So in the future, hopefully more often, I will remember to do this in the exact same episode of the video for sending out the thanks to make this trip even work, and all the little trials and tribulations that I've been through and we're going through to keep the boat afloat, and all the action going on and all the little things it takes to make it all happen. So thank you very much.